Aaron Demke, Mohave County Legal Advocate.
Hello.
Aaron, if you would, tell us about this job, legal advocate for the county. What do you do exactly?
Well, I'm the supervisor or the lead attorney for an attorney office where we are court-appointed attorneys for various cases. Court-appointed attorney just means the court has to appoint an attorney for certain cases. When someone gets arrested, they get an attorney. When someone's rights are in danger, the court, by law and by constitution, has to appoint an attorney. Our office is unique from other offices in that we primarily focus on the juvenile cases. We do have one appellate attorney who does adult appeals, but our office represents children in child welfare cases, meaning the children have been removed by the state for abuse and neglect. We also represent children in delinquency cases, meaning a child has been arrested for an alleged crime. And so we represent children in those cases, and it's a very important job.
Do you have enough staff to handle all the cases that you have?
Yes, and I'm very proud of that. Right now, at least, we are fully staffed. Right now, there's a labor shortage throughout the United States, and we haven't had any problem with that. And I think it's because our office, I think fewer people get burned out because of the work that we do. Working with juveniles, working with children, it's very focused on rehabilitation and improving the lives of children, improving their situation, helping them get back on their feet even if they've gone astray. And so I think there's a lot of fulfillment and a lot of meaning that our attorneys get out of that. And so right now, no, we're fully staffed.
Do you, can you give me an idea of the percentage of cases that are resolved outside of the courtroom itself and the ones that end up going to the court?
Oh, it's hard to say. There are different kinds of cases, but when someone is accused of a crime, at least in juvenile court, almost none of those cases go to trial. We resolve, like I said, we focus on rehabilitation, and so we work with the state's attorneys and resolve some sort of plea agreement or some sort of resolution where the child, the juvenile, can admit that he did something, maybe not admit to everything, admit to part of it, receive some sort of rehabilitation services, some counseling, something like that, and some community service, and then resolve the case without a trial. Dependency cases with child welfare is a whole different animal. We have lots of hearings, contested hearings, but even those, there's a lot of resolution without trial, just not quite as much.
I see. Let me ask you now, you're going to be taking another job with the county. Before
Yes.
we turn to that, the legal advocate, you work out of which building in Kingman?
I work out of the 316 North 5th Street building. It's right below the Indigent Defense Services building. It's a small little office, and that's where the legal advocate is stationed. But of course, that's our office, but then we work in the courts.
All right. I think one of the things people sometimes get confused a little bit about, we have a county manager. His name is Sam Elters, and we have a number of departments. What's going to be the difference? Well, again, we'll talk about your new job in just a second. Going into this new job and where you have been, there's a sheriff's department and the courthouse. Are they almost autonomous unto themselves, separate from the others?
You know, that's kind of it is because it depends on who's in charge, right? And with the sheriff is an elected position, and so he has that autonomy. He answers to the people, and the courts, of course, all the judges are elected, and so my new position will be with the courts, and I will be answering to the presiding judge, who is an elected official.
Let's talk about that job itself. You're going to be working out of this building here primarily that we're looking at?
Yes, the new Superior Courthouse. We're very proud of it. It's beautiful, much bigger than the old one, which we just walked by, and it's where I started. I cut my teeth as a new attorney in that building. But yes, very excited to be. I think I'm going to be the first court commissioner who will be sworn in this building, and so that's kind of exciting.
Oh, yes, it is. Now, by being sworn in, what does that entail? Is it just primarily ceremonial?
It's primarily ceremonial. You know, I sign certain papers beforehand, but it's yeah, we go in there, I take an oath, like many public officials do, and I will be officially made a court commissioner, which is a judicial officer. Everyone's asking me what's the difference between a judge and a court commissioner.
Right.
A court commissioner is an unelected judicial officer, also a judge pro tem, so just a smaller judge who doesn't get elected but gets appointed.
I see. Now, as far as the other kind of judge you're talking about, is that something you envision? You're a young guy, still, relatively young, and you look at your future. Is that something that you envision as a possibility for yourself?
You know, never say never, but I have no intention, you know, I have no intention of running for judge anytime soon if a position opens up somewhere down the line. But there's a lot of commissioners who have way more experience and way more seniority than I do, and I wouldn't presume to jump ahead in line. Right now, I'm brand new. I haven't even started the new position, so I have to just focus on just doing the job before I can look too far in the future.
My understanding is you've been with the county since 2007.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good number
Yeah.
of years so far. How has it been overall? Has it met your expectations?
Oh, absolutely. And then some. Of course, you know, I was like a lot of people who came into Mohave County from out of town to, like I said, cut my teeth and get some experience in the legal profession. I know a lot of doctors and attorneys get this idea they're going to come here for a few years, and we fall in love with the community, fall in love with the people and the facilities, and we just never leave. And so I came here in 2007, and here we are 14 years later, and I'm still here, and very excited, very humbled to be entrusted by the county and to be given this opportunity.
The job that you're leaving, legal advocate, has someone been selected already to replace you?
One of my associates in the office has been selected just to be a temporary supervisor, but no, they have not selected anyone for the ongoing position. That position is currently open. So I know a few people who have applied, and I think the county is going to be in good hands.